The animated Anarchy series presents the animated Hour of Power.
All right, what's up, everybody? It is Saturday night. It is time for another episode of Animated Hour of Power. It is episode 38. I am your host, Dutchie, joined as always by Money E.
What's up?
We got Sean with us.
Hello.
And we got the soon to be married in a couple weeks. He takes the plunge. Wildcard Dave.
Yes, sir.
So, all right. This is, of course, Animated Hour of Power, episode 38, part of the When Toons Combine YouTube channel, part of the Animated Anarchy series. Tonight, it is the last episode of Hour of Power of Stage 3. And we have with you tonight, our battles are the New Gate versus Dragon Ball Z Kai, Neon Genesis Evangelion versus The Promised Neverland, Cow and Chicken taking on the Mummy Animated Series, and the main event is going to be Courage the Cowardly Dog taking on American Dragon Jake Long. So if you've never seen the show before, we're going to have the randomizer come up. It's going to give us 5 categories. These guys are going to judge. If a show wins 3-0, it's 30 points. 3-1, it's 20. 3-2 is 10, and 5 for the loser. If you are swept, you lose 10 points. The power has reset. So if one of these guys has the power, and that is if a category gets pulled up by the randomizer that they do not like, then they can switch it, or they can attempt to switch it, but they need a second. If somebody seconds them, then they are good, and then that category will be switched. At the end of the show tonight, because next Saturday's episode of Animated Hour of Power is the start of Stage 4, which is the Gauntlet stage. At the end of this episode, we are going to pull up a different randomizer. Well, it's the same website, just a different window, so a different randomizer. And we're going to find out the order that the shows and next week's Gauntlet are going to be in. So we're going to do that at the end of the show. So these 3 have a chance to prepare and know exactly what order the shows are going to be in, so they can judge accordingly.
Yep.
So that'll be at the end of the episode. By the way, next week's Gauntlet for Animated Hour of Power is going to be an anime gauntlet. So,
yes, sir.
Perfect timing before Dave's week off.
So all right. So we're gonna pull up. I'm gonna make sure I pull up the right randomizer.
So are we getting some of the same shows that are going to be in this week tonight?
No.
Oh.
None of them are doing battle tonight. All right. I got to make sure that this is the right one. It looks like it is. We're going to share it. Yep, that's the right one. Can everybody see the screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. It's going to be one click. Eric, did you just say no?
Yeah, I said yes.
Oh, okay. All right, one click. All right, and here's what we got right now. Animation style, merch, humor, character development, memorable moments. Dave, you love the power, so you get to start us off. You want to switch anything?
Hold on, I'm just writing these down so I can take a look real quick.
I know you're not switching the first one, so I'm already writing that down as a lot. That one's.
I think I would like to take out humor.
Okay.
And I think I would like to. Honestly, can I do something weird? Can I let you be the one that picks the substitution, Dutchie?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you my ability to sub.
All right. You want to take out humor?
Yep.
I don't know. Are you giving it to me because you think you know what I'm going to pick?
Yep.
All right, then I'm going to do that. I'm going to put. I'll say theme song.
Yes. Thank you, Doug.
Because I thought about it for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, is he doing this on purpose?
Yeah,
We finally got the M
I
word
thought you
in.
were either gonna go with the theme song was my first choice that I thought that you were gonna pick, or I thought you might actually go with like voice acting.
I
I
thought he might
thought
go
about it, but I didn't think I was going to get a
overall
second from
enjoyment.
Eric.
Those were my two thoughts that I knew you would probably go for, so that's why I was like, I'll give it to Dutchy because I kind of have a read a little bit. I
Yeah.
know your favorite subject on here
Yeah.
is theme song, so
Yeah.
We got merchandise for the first time in like weeks.
All right. But so, all right. So it was seconded, right?
Yep.
By the way, and I'll mention this now. No matter what happens, no matter who has their power left after Wednesday's show, because we're entering a new stage next week, I'm resetting the power. Like everybody's going to get it back.
let's go.
Mainly because we're also adding a new power, which it was Dave's idea, so Dave already knows what it is.
I kind of know what it is. I was here. I just have to refresh.
Yeah. Which is basically, it's kind of like a challenge play. So like if somebody wants to reset, if somebody wants to use their power, and even if it gets seconded, the third person can throw a challenge flag on the play and say, no, this stays. And then nothing gets touched.
Yep.
So,
but then they lose so that would be their power for that week.
But they would lose their challenge power. They wouldn't lose the power they wouldn't lose the power to switch. Everybody's going to get the same powers. So, all right. So the categories are going to be animation style, or animation style merchandise. Never thought I'd say the merchandise is back. Theme song, character development, memorable moments. Sean, how do you feel?
I feel on top of the world.
It's only because you have, speaking of power, that's only because you have your electricity still.
Yeah.
Now, Sean, would you have switched out merch?
Definitely.
Kind of glad Dave used his power because we haven't had merch in a while. So
yeah. By the way, I will say this. I will say this, Sean. The most I missed about not having you on the show this past Wednesday, I really missed your wife yelling. It's not a show without the sound of her voice.
Fair enough.
Hi. No.
I'm not. I mean, I'm trying to sound as sincere and non-sarcastic as I possibly can. But all right, anyway. All right, so we're going to start with the new gate taking on Dragon Ball Z Kai. Also, after this week's episodes, I will be posting the leaderboard as to how everybody is doing points-wise, adding up all the points in their division. I'm going to work on that tonight. But all right, so the new gate is somewhere on here. Here he is. All right, 1-1, 20 points in the division of Gary Lutz. If they are able, big if, I know, so don't yell at me yet, Dave. But if they sweep here, they tie Dragon Ball Super for the top spot in the division. Again, big if, I know, but I have to report it. All right, and Dragon Ball Z Kai, 2-0, 30 points in the division of Kenny West. All they're going to do is they are going to, if whatever win they get here, they're just going to further their lead in the division. So, because they're already up on top, and they can just keep sailing. All right. So we start with animation style. Dave, who takes animation?
Yeah, I'm going Dragon Ball Z Kai here. I think it's
This is my
significant.
shocked face.
Yeah, I just think it's significantly better here. I think the visuals for it are really good. I think they use clean lines, they're vibrant colors. I think it's very good. It's it gives that like classic hand drawn art, but it's very polished, it's very crisp, very modern scenes. It's very consistent, and I think it has very good pacing as well for the animation. So it's like high stakes, well directed action. So I think they take it there.
All right. Eric, you raised your hand, so let Dave know why he's full of malarkey.
I like the new gate. I just preferred that better. I think I liked it, so I just preferred that a little better.
Sean, who's the most full of malarkey? Who are you agreeing with?
I had Dragon Ball Z Kai taking this one. I like that style a lot better.
All right, they're up 1-0. 2 more, and then they sweep. Dave, what are the chances that at the end of this whole thing, in the final, when it's the top 3 cartoons going against each other, what are the odds that it's going to be all 3 episodes of Dragon Ball Z that make it, all 3 versions of Dragon Ball that make it to the final?
Well, that's fine because there's one that's better than all the rest.
I didn't ask you if you wanted it or not. I asked you what are the odds.
What are the odds?
Yeah.
Ooh, I would say about a
66%.
33% chance.
I'm going with 66.
I
That
don't.
all 3 versions of Dragon Ball that are in this thing make it?
Mm-hmm.
You haven't kissed up to Dave in a while, so it makes sense that. All right. They're up 1-0. 2 more, and then they sweep. Merchandise.
Yeah, I just disagreed with him.
Yeah, but you upped it more. Dave was trying to be more realistic. You firmly planted your lips on the buttocks and said, "Oh no, Dave, I think it's higher." All right.
Yeah.
Take your lips off. Take your lips off his can and give your answer. Who takes it in merchandise?
Oh, Dragon Ball Z 100%.
All right, Sean.
Everything, yeah. I went with Dragon Ball too.
All right, Dave.
Yeah, these guys would be correct.
Feels good.
Dragon Ball Z Kai. High-end collectibles, widespread apparel, accessories, they got a lot to offer.
Yep.
So
Including the sun, the moon, and the stars. All
Pretty
right.
much.
All right. They are up 2-0. 1 more, and then they can sweep it. We go to theme song. Sean, who had the better theme song?
I like them both, but I'm sticking with Dragon Ball Z. Thought it was done better.
Okay. Dave?
Did Eric, did you raise your hand?
Huh?
Did you raise your hand?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you did. My bad. I'm going with Dragon Ball Z Kai here as well. Dragon Soul, I think, is a great theme song, and it's got a good vibe. So I'm sticking with that.
I think he was just scratching himself behind the ears. All right, Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, I went with Dragon Ball Z. I love both of them, but Dragon Ball Z takes this.
All right, they are going to win this 3-0. They are going to take the 30 points and further their division lead. And the new gate is going to lose 10 points. So, all right. Up next, we move on to Neon Genesis Evangelion versus The Promised Neverland. And Neon Genesis Evangelion is in the division Blaine Zavala, they're 0-2, negative 10 points. They cannot catch a division win here, or a division win or division lead here. I'm sorry. But they can, get themselves at least out of the negative with a win. And the Promised Neverland 1-1, 20 points in the division of Anthony Visco. And if they can't catch a division lead either, but they can get close to Inspector Gadget with a sweep or any kind of a win, they're still going to stay in the hunt here. All right, so we start with animation style. Eric, who had the better animation style between the two?
Genesis.
Okay.
I thought theirs was cleaner, and I just liked it better. I thought it was more detailed.
All right. Dave?
Yeah, I would have to agree with Eric here. I'm going Neon Genesis as well. I think it definitely has more ambitious animation with its action, movement. Yeah, I think it's very cinematic and it's very consistent with its animation as well. So I think it's very well done, and I'm going with them.
All right. Sean?
Neon Genesis.
All right, they're up 1-0. Two more, and then they can sweep it. Merchandise is the next category. Sean, who had better merch?
From what I read, I came to the conclusion of Neon Genesis had more of the merch.
All right. Dave?
Yeah, I would have to agree with Sean here. Neon Genesis, I think it has a way bigger variety. I just Promised Neverland has very few options for merch. So, yeah, I had to go the other way.
All right. Eric?
Yep, I went with Neon Genesis. From what I researched, it just led me to Neon.
All right. They are up 2-0. One more, and then they can sweep it. Theme song is the next category. Eric, who had the better theme song?
Neon. I just thought that was more I guess more catchy.
All right. Dave?
Ooh, this one was kind of tough because I kind of like both. I'm going to keep it interesting. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go Promised Neverland. To me, it was a toss-up. I just like the drums and how fast-paced it is for Promised Neverland. I do like the drums on there, but I do like Neon Genesis. I think it has a banger of a theme song.
Okay. All right. And Sean, you get to break a tie. Your favorite thing to do.
I have Neon Genesis taking this one. That one got my attention a lot more.
All right. Neon
Ready.
Genesis.
Two sweeps.
Evangelion is going to win it 3-0. They're going to get 30 points. They get themselves out of the negative, and Promised Neverland loses 10 points. So, making things a little more interesting for Anthony Visco's division, because Anthony Visco has 3 animes and 1 cartoon in there, and the cartoon is technically running away with the division right now. But all right, we move on to the next battle, which is Cow and Chicken versus the Mummy animated series. And Cow and Chicken is in the division of, where is she? All right. Cow and Chicken, 0-2, negative 20 points in the division of Kelly P. Eric's Sugar Mama.
Hey.
Hey, it's been a few weeks since I made that joke. I mean, her husband's your sugar daddy.
Whoa.
So
Eric lived in the Double life.
Yeah. Oh, they all know about it.
That's even weirder.
So, all right. But 0-2, negative 20 points. If Cow and Chicken gets swept here, they join a whole host of shows in the bottom barrel at negative 30 points as the worst shows in the animated Anarchy series. And they're going to go against the Mummy animated series, which is in the division of Sharon Wander, 0-2, negative 10 points. Obviously, no division leads can be caught here, but somebody can maybe get themselves out of the negative, or hopefully, try to inch their way out a little bit. And we start with animation style. Sean, whose animation was better?
I went with the Mummy, the animated series. I thought the animation for Cow and Chicken was cringy, to say the least.
That's
A
nice
lot of
way to
things
put it.
about that show were cringy.
But, no, I thought just the details in the Mummy were a lot better, like the color choices and stuff that they were using.
Yeah. All right, Dave.
Ooh, this is a hot take, but I'm gonna go Cow and Chicken here. Actually, I think they made it unhinged and intentionally ugly. I think they did better with like character expressions. I think they had fluid motion compared to the Mummy, where it's like they had a lot of stiff motion or repeating frames. Um, or Cow and Chicken, it's more flawless framing, frame by frame. So that's why I went with them. I think the rest of it is intentionally that aesthetic. Um, I think they did that on purpose. So because of that, I'm going with Cow and Chicken.
All right. Eric, you get to break the tie. Now,
Yeah,
if
one
you're,
Mummy.
huh?
What were we gonna say?
I was going to say, if your answer is anything but if your answer is only Dave swayed me, I will drive to your house and kick you in your ovaries.
Oh no, he didn't sway me.
Oh.
No way. It's a Mummy all the way.
Right.
Sorry, Dave.
I mean,
I
you
don't
can
need your
agree with
apology.
him. I'm just saying you need to have a better answer than just Dave swayed me.
Oh no, he didn't sway me this time. The Mummy, I think it's more cleaner, and the Cow and Chicken, as Sean said, is cringe. That's nicely putting it.
Yeah, but if you really think about it, I think out of everything, the animation is probably the least cringe part about it. Like everything about that show is cringe. I had
Yeah.
it on last week. I was watching it because it's on Tubi. Like it was part of the May drop. And I had it on for 10 minutes and I was just like, ugh.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
I would rather actually I can't say
I'd
what
rather
do.
watch SpongeBob.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to make a comparison because I still do think of this as a kid's show, even though I've crossed that line at least 30 times every episode. All right, but the Mummy's up 1-0, 2 more, and then they can sweep it. Merchandise is up next. Dave, who had the better merchandise?
I think Cow and Chicken are probably going to have the better merch here. I think they definitely, because of their network that they were on, I think it was a little bit more modern too. So I think it just had a little bit more to offer. I do like the Mummy. It's very vintage, collectible props. It has the GBA games and DVD sets and stuff like that. I just think
Yeah.
Cow and Chicken, I just think has a lot of wearable apparel and stuff like that, and it's very nostalgic. So I think they have a lot to offer there.
All right. Eric, hand was up, so go ahead.
I went with the Mummy from the research I did, and the just the name itself. I think that is all for me.
All right. Sean, break the tie, please.
Yeah, I actually agree with Eric on this one because everything I saw, like the Mummy had pretty decent numbers, and I mean, Cow and Chicken didn't do bad either due to the network they were on. But from what I saw, I had to take the Mummy.
Now, wasn't Cow and Chicken like one of the first like Cartoon Network original shows? Wasn't it them, Dexter, the Powerpuff Girls, and Johnny Bravo?
I think so.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't really remember.
I mean, I think they were like one of the first because I do remember kind of being a fan when the show was out, but I was also young and stupid.
What would you have gotten with this one, Doug?
Merchandise?
Yeah.
I probably would have agreed with Dave because I've actually seen more like I agree with him on like the apparel stuff because there's like more like apparel
Okay.
out there for Cow and Chicken. But all right, they're up 2. Mummy's up 2-0. One more and then they can sweep it. The next category is theme song. And Sean, go first, please.
Oh, I actually put Cow and Chicken for this one. I thought it was pretty catchy. Weird, but catchy.
It was definitely catchy. But then again, anyway, again, another comparison I can't make, but it definitely was catchy. Eric, your hand went up, so go ahead.
The Mummy. I just preferred that, and I thought that was more catchy.
All right, Dave, you get to break a tie here.
Ooh, yeah, wonderful. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Cow and Chicken here. I like the vibe of it. It's like a lo-fi thing. I think it's recognizable as well compared to the Mummy.
Yeah.
Like if you
Wow,
put
I didn't expect
one
this.
on and put the other one on, like you would know Cow and Chicken.
Yeah. That whole mama had a chicken, mama had a cow, and all that. It's just like it's super annoying, but it really
Yeah.
is catchy if you think about it.
Yeah, exactly. I did like the Mummy, the animated series, the Mummy's live intro. But yeah, I just thought Cow and Chicken was pretty catchy, so I had to give it to him, even though it is kind of annoying.
Yeah. All right. 2-1. The Mummy can still win it in this next category, which is character development. Eric, go ahead.
I went with the Mummy. I thought there was more of a story there with characters, so I went with the Mummy.
Well, because it was more of like a season-long story.
Yep.
Dave?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Eric here. I'm going the Mummy. I think Alex, he definitely shows like emotional maturity, growing from like an adventurous kid to like a earnest, more like more of like a mature member. And then you got some other ones like Evelyn and Colin that do some things that you see their development. Cow and
Yeah.
Chicken, I feel it's more of like they're static characters. There's not a lot of development there.
Right. And also, too, you never even see mom and dad's face. You just see their feet.
Yeah.
All right. Sean?
Yeah, I gave this one to the Mummy animated. Simply because it's, the story is a lot better and
Yeah.
well thought out, and Cow and Chicken, it's just chaotic.
Right. So the Mummy animated series is going to win this 3-1. They are going to get 20 points. They find themselves out of the negative. Now, Cow and Chicken, they don't lose any more points. They don't go to that bottom of the barrel territory, but they stay at negative 20. Main event time. It is Courage the Cowardly Dog taking on the American Dragon, Jake Long. It is for the however many time in this series, and of course it's going to happen many more times. It is Cartoon Network versus Disney. Courage the Cowardly Dog. 0-2, negative 10 points in the division of Randy Marsh. They cannot catch a division lead at all, but they can try to get themselves out of the negative. And American Dragon Jake Long is 1-1, 10 points in the division of Joshua Kagavan. They cannot catch a division lead, but they can, obviously get themselves in a decent enough position to where possibly in stage 4 in the gauntlet stage, they could possibly get a division lead, but we'll see. All right, we start with animation style. It's Disney versus Cartoon Network, Dave. Who takes it?
Oh, this is actually tough for me because I think they both have really good animation for what they are. They're two totally different animations. Like American Dragon Jake Long is more of the traditional cartoon animation where Courage the Cowardly Dog is more of like a mixed nightmarish art type deal.
Yeah.
But I'm going Courage the Cowardly Dog here. I think I like its distortedness. I like they tried something different for a cartoon. It's not the traditional animation standards. I think because of that, I'm going to give it to there. I think they were a master class in keeping things like creepy, surreal atmosphere. Jake Long, I just feel like after season 2, after they changed the dragon and stuff like that, I just wasn't a fan. So yeah, because of that, they drastically changed the art style. So I'm gonna have to go the other way.
All right. Sean?
Yeah, I also went with Courage the Cowardly Dog. I like the eeriness in the anime, like that you feel from the animation.
Okay. Eric?
I went the opposite. I went American Dragon.
All right. Courage is going to get the first category win here. They're up 1-0. 2 more, and then they can sweep. Merchandise is up next. Eric, who had better merch?
From what I read and researched, it led me to the Cowardly Dog.
All right. Sean?
Again, I agree with Eric. Everything that I got went with Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Okay. And Dave?
Yes, sir. Courage. More collectibles, more decor, stuff like that. Apparel.
All right. They are up 2-0. 1 more, and then they can sweep. Theme song. All right. Dave, who had a better theme song?
I'm actually gonna go with American Dragon Jake Long. I think it has a better vibe. It's high energy. It's like, like a hip hop pop type sound. And I think they did a pretty good job there.
All right. And Sean?
Yeah, I also went with Jake Long, just for it being more exciting, more energetic.
All right. Eric?
Yep, went American Dragon. Or just it made you want to watch the show more.
All right, fair enough. All right, 2-1 Courage. Courage can still win it in this next category, which is character development, which is kind of hard because both shows most of the time had like 2 episodes in one. But Sean, who had better character development?
This one was a hard one, but I gave this one to Courage the Cowardly Dog. I think with how the story is written throughout the episodes show a lot of development within, Courage and everybody else, especially the old man.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't remember his name off the top
Eustace.
of my head. Eustace. Yeah, I always used to think he was useless.
Yeah.
But like him being mean, but then realizing like, oh, Courage actually kind of did something good, and he'll praise him and then go right back to hating him.
Yeah. Sean, how much did Eustace remind you of my grandfather?
Honestly, until you mentioned that, I've never made that comparison.
I used to make that comparison all the time, and I used to show it to him. I'll be like, "This is you in cartoon form."
I can picture it now with the hat and the cane
Yeah,
and the sweater vest.
yeah. All right, go ahead, Eric.
I went with American Dragon. I just thought there was more development with Jake himself. I like the growth.
All right, Dave, you get to break a tie and decide whether or not this goes another round.
Oh, and I'm gonna tell you right now, folks, this ain't going another round. I'm going with Courage the Cowardly Dog. I think, the premise of like his fear, he doesn't actually overcome his fear. Instead, I feel like Courage acknowledges it and pushes through it to protect the people he loves. And like I feel like he has like a deep capacity for like compassion towards like even the bizarre monsters and aliens that come from nowhere. Instead of like just trying to destroy them, he tries to like help them and like change them. So there's that. I just feel like he's very unselfish. I just think he stands firm from the horrors of his world a lot better. I feel like Jake Long, it's just the traditional narrative growth where a character kind of learns to drop their selfish habits and step up and be a superhero.
Yeah.
We've seen that a ton. So that's nothing special. Courage tackles more psychological growth and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I definitely do agree with that. All right, Courage is going to win at 3-1. They get 20 points out of the deal. Jake Long doesn't get any. So, all right, that does it for the battles. Now to get into next week's show. Well, first of all, let me tell you, before we actually get into next week's show, let me tell you exactly what's on tap for Wednesday's show. Wednesday, noon Eastern time, animated showdown, Wednesday afternoon, episode 38, the last episode of stage 3. We're going to have Blue Exorcist taking on Death Note. Hellsing Ultimate takes on Magi Adventures of Sinbad. Fate Zero takes on Sword Art Online. And the main event is Boondocks taking on Johnny Test. Now, if the Boondocks sweep Johnny Test, then what is going to happen is they are going to tie 16 and SWAT Cats, a Radical Squadron, for the 1 seed. So Boondocks has the opportunity to do that on Wednesday. Next Saturday, Animated Hour Power, episode 39, the Gauntlet stage. We start with the Anime Gauntlet, the first of many anime gauntlets, by the way. We got Bleach versus One Piece versus Naruto Shippuden versus Solo Leveling versus Jujutsu Kaisen versus Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood versus Attack on Titan versus One Punch Man. Now, what we are going to do, I have another randomizer ready to go. We're going to determine the order of entry for everybody in the gauntlet next week. Now, here's how it's going to go. 2 are going to start. We're going to do our regular battle. Whoever wins moves on to the next one, and so on and so forth. Whoever wins the gauntlet not only gets the points that they get for winning battles. Again, it's going to still be a 5-category battle. But if you win the gauntlet, you're going to get 50 points. Now, if you start the gauntlet and run the entire thing, you're going to get 100. If you start the gauntlet and sweep the entire gauntlet, I'm going to give you 200 points. And then if you win the gauntlet, but it's not via like a sweep, but you get like a sweep or two, there is going to be a a sweep bonus, which will be determined. We're going to spin a wheel next week we're going to spin a wheel before every show to see what that week's what that episode's sweep bonus is going to be. But we're going to pull up the third randomizer. And all right, can everybody see this?
Yeah.
All right. Sean, you still there, or you trying to resuscitate your kids?
Resuscitation. No breathing.
I'm here. I'm here.
Don't think he knows that.
Yeah.
He's muted.
All right. We're going to do one click, and then I don't know if you guys are going to want to write this down, the order of entry or not, but I'll keep it up long enough so you guys can write it down. All right. Everybody ready?
Yep.
All right. Oh, boy. Dave, Bleach and Naruto Shippuden have to go at it again.
Y'all better vote the right way.
Well, it's not me doing it. It's not me judging this time. It's you.
Guys, I took a picture. I'll put it in the group chat.
All right. Well, I'm going to write it down anyway, too, because I'm not in your guys' group chat.
Yeah, I'm writing it down too.
All right.
I sent it in the group chat just in case you guys need it.
All right. So here's what we have. We have Bleach and Naruto Shippuden are going to start it off. Attack on Titan is going to come in third. Then One Piece comes in fourth. Solo Leveling comes in 5. One Punch Man comes in 6th. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood will be in 7th. And Jujutsu Kaisen is going to come in 8th. So, all right, Dave, you're the anime expert. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask you, do Bleach or Naruto Shippuden have a chance at sweeping the gauntlet here?
Ooh. It really depends on the categories, but I feel like, yeah. I do feel like one of them definitely has a chance to sweep it all.
All right. By the way, for those of you that missed Dave's Judge's Choice episode, Bleach and Naruto Shippuden have already gone at it when Bleach won 3-1. So Bleach has already done the job. Now, do you guys need me to keep this up a little bit longer, or?
No, I got it.
All right.
I took a picture.
All right. Sean, you good?
Oh,
He's
yep.
All right.
He's being annihilated over there.
All right.
Please,
So-
sir, may I have some more?
Yeah. All right. So that is how the gauntlet stage is going to start off next week. And that's how that particular gauntlet's going to start off. We get the rematch with Naruto Shippuden and Bleach. Could be different categories. This time we know it's going to be a different judge because it's not going to be me. It's going to be Dave.
Yes.
Bleach has already beaten Naruto Shippuden.
Which is crazy.
So we'll see.
It'll be funny if we had the same categories from last time.
Yeah. Then you guys can just,
I'll bug out. I'll bug out. I'm switching goddamn categories.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
Doug, do you know what categories we did have? Unless you don't want to say it on the air.
Hold on. I gotta go back into the books. I'm pretty sure I know. All right, where are you? Oh, here it is. We had character development, animation, moments, impact, and we never got the merch.
Mm.
and I think somebody voted wrong.
Mm.
I'm just playing. It's all opinion. It's all opinion.
By the way, Bleach won development, animation, and cultural impact.
Crazy. Did I vote the opposite way on all those?
It wasn't you, Dave. It was me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You
That's
were
right.
hosting.
Yeah, I was hosting.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So
You have a disdain. You have a distaste for Naruto.
well, what actually happened with memorable moments, like they could. I thought about doing this. Well, I don't have a distaste for Shippuden. I have a distaste for regular Naruto.
Fair.
So, memorable moments. I almost thought about going with Bleach to for Naruto Shippuden to get swept, but because you were on, that was one of the episodes you were on camera for, and I could see the blood vessels in your head just coming to surface.
Starting to pop.
Yeah. So, all right.
Pop.
So that's what we got for next week. Now on Wednesday's show, we're gonna start we're gonna run the randomizer to find out what shows are gonna start. I believe the first animated showdown of the Gauntlet stage, I think, is a Nickelodeon Gauntlet.
Ooh.
So we're gonna run that Wednesday. So every week during this stage, we're gonna run the randomizer the week before the battle, so that way you guys can be better prepared, so you know what's going against what.
Okay.
Nickelodeon, I like it. I like it.
So, yeah. Well, I figure the anime gauntlet can. We'll start off with the anime gauntlet, so I could put my lips on Dave's backside, and then the Nickelodeon gauntlet. I don't really kiss your backside enough. I usually put my foot up there. So I figured this would be a nice little change. All right.
Oh, thanks, Doug.
Make sure to like and subscribe to the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel. Join the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/When Tunes Combine. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the Wrestling Through the Years YouTube channel this Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be asking each other a bunch of questions, a bunch of wrestling questions. We're not going to ask, boxers or briefs. I usually ask that privately before we go on air. Or usually what color thong Eric's wearing. But so we're going to ask each other a bunch of like what ifs, how we feel about like certain like storylines, stuff like that. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the Unscripted Sports Show with Money E. Find them on Twitch at TCAX Money E, on TikTok at Money E 6-Pack Picks. You're going to find Wildcard Dave on Twitch at TCX Godsent 95. You're going to find Sean on Twitch and TikTok at TCAX Reaper. Also, like and subscribe to the Dizzle97 YouTube channel and Twitch. He did a Twitch stream earlier today, went 6 hours. I was a part of it, I think, for 2. So we did that. So look for that on Twitch. Some of it is on YouTube. He's going to upload the rest of it later. And also like and subscribe to the Sadcast with Daniel and Mindy. And we'll see everybody Wednesday for Animated Hour of Power. Or not, Animated Showdown. Animated Showdown. This is Animated Hour of Power.
Peace.
Later.
Bye-bye.
All right, and Eric, make sure to clip everything, please.
Got it.